Good morning. One more time. Good morning. Thank you. Welcome to the 2011 San Diego State All-University Convocation. I am Tyler Shear, President Hirschman's Interim Chief of Staff. Please do me a favor, take a moment to silence your cell phones. Anyone? Okay. It's great to see so many of you in the audience, and we thank you for joining us. Our guests this morning include faculty, staff, students, alumni, community leaders, advisory board members, and many others who are associated with us in this wonderful enterprise we call higher education. We are particularly pleased today to welcome our new faculty and staff. This year, in addition to welcoming our new president to the SDSU family, we also had the pleasure of welcoming two new deans. Dr. Michael Cunningham, Dean of College of Business Administration. There he is. And Dr. Gail Etchmeyer, Dean of Library and Information Access. And I'm sure you all know this is a wonderful, exciting place to work, to learn, to teach, and to do research. We look forward to the leadership, creativity, and energy you bring to our campus. Our wish is that your years at San Diego State will be productive and rewarding. We extend our most sincere welcome to you all. I would now like to acknowledge some of our university leaders joining us this morning. Please rise when we call your group. Members of the Academic Dean's Council, President's Cabinet, Campus Labor Council, let's see a few, and our Associated Students Executive Officers. Thank you all for joining us this morning. I'd also like to welcome Councilmember Marty Emerald, who is with us here today. Also, joining us on the platform, we have Jeff Marston, President of the SDSU Alumni Association, William B. Snavely, Chair of the University Senate, Cody Barbo, President of Associated Students, our Provost, Nancy Marlin, and of course, President Elliot Hirschman, who we'll be hearing from later this morning. Thank you. It is now an honor to introduce William B. Snavely, Director and Professor of the School of Communication and Chair of the University Senate. Please join me in welcoming Bill Snavely.
Good morning. It's my honor and my privilege to welcome you to the new academic year at San Diego State University. As we begin the start of the fall 2011 semester, it's a time to celebrate new beginnings. And on behalf of the faculty, it's my distinct honor to be able to welcome SDSU's 8th President, Dr. Elliot Hirschman. Your predecessor has laid a firm foundation of collegiality and shared governance and academic excellence, and has positioned SDSU as one of the nation's top universities. From speaking with you, I know that you have every intention of building on that firm foundation, and we appreciate your commitment to shared governance, and I pledge that we will work with you to make this new beginning a successful one. Another new beginning will be several changes on campus. Of course, we can't help but notice the demolition and the start of construction on the new Aztec Student Union. Associated Students has a new leadership team this year as well, and we welcome Cody Barbeau and the other AS leaders. We look forward to working with you this year, and we wish you great success in managing this project to a successful conclusion. Other important changes include the completion of the bike lanes and the implementation of the new campus-wide smoking policy. I encourage everyone in the university to become aware of the policies. Please limit walking on the clearly designated bike lanes, and please do not smoke anywhere on campus except for the designated smoking areas. This fall, we also welcome a new and exciting freshman and transfer class. And although there will be many students on campus, we continue to suffer through more devastating cuts from the state budget that has simply failed to meet the needs of our state university system. Many of our lecturer colleagues and other university staff will not be returning this fall, and they will be sorely missed. In the coming year, members of the University Senate will work together to provide President Hirschman with balanced and thoughtful advice, striving to communicate the best interests of all segments of the university community. For those of you here for the first time, you're joining a group of individuals who come together with a common goal, that of the pursuit of excellence in all our university commitments. In a moment or two, Provost Marlin will present to you this year's recipients of our Alumni Association's awards for outstanding faculty contributions, better known as the Montes. The faculty members being honored today embody the diversity, the excellence, and the greatness of our university and join the group of those who have been honored before them. They are models for us to emulate and may give us some inspiration in these difficult times. On behalf of the faculty, I offer them our congratulations, and I thank them for their many and valuable contributions. And as I said last year at this time, I hope that we will make a conscious choice to react well to the crises and challenges that we face and constructively build the future of this great university. Welcome back to campus. It is now my pleasure to introduce Cody Barbeau, President of Associated Students. Cody is a senior majoring in communication with a minor in business management. Please join me in welcoming Cody Barbeau.
Thank you, Dr. Stavely. Good morning, San Diego State University faculty, staff, and fellow students, which I think is just the exec officers and the ambassadors, but hello. On behalf of the more than 30,000 students here at San Diego State University, it is a pleasure and honor to speak to you this morning. You're the individuals that make up this great university, and it is because of you now more than ever. And I'm proud to be an Aztec. And through your dedication, your hard work, collaboration with colleagues, and most importantly, your interaction with students, SDSU is a strong and proud university. So thank you for your service. As we enter this school year, we come upon the beginning of a new era for SDSU, one that continues to build upon the existing foundation of innovation and leadership that you've been a part of for many years. So it is with great pleasure I welcome the new university president, Dr. Elliot Hirschman, and his family into our Aztec family. He brings a welcomed and unique leadership style, one that involves not meeting in his office, but one being out and around campus. And he generally wants to meet all SDSU students or Aztecs that make up our campus community and learn more about our campus culture. So during our meetings, or our walks, as I like to call them, he's shaking hands with just about every person we encounter, literally every person. And I am confident that under his leadership, our beloved university will reach the next level, and my fellow student leaders and I will work with President Hirschman to create the vision for SDSU together this year. So we at Associated Students continue to identify ways to enhance the SDSU experience, ways in everyone for the community. And there are two areas that we are working on that I'd like to highlight today. So in a collaboration with the Division of Student Affairs, the Get Involved campaign has been launched. And the purpose of this campaign is to have students engaged who are participating in the many opportunities that are offered here. Now, being an active student could mean joining an AS Board or committee or one of our more than 200 plus recognized clubs and organizations, even an intramural sports team. And it means attending all the Aztec athletic events and productions by the theater department, and it means voting in campus-wide elections. Now, the beauty of our university is that it is made up of diverse individuals who bring so much to share and offer. And when we all become invested and active in our SDSU community, our campus of more than 30,000 students shrinks and starts to feel like home, filled with faces of friends. And I think this is what being a part of the Aztec family is all about. Finally, I want to discuss the biggest project in Associated Students' history, the brand new Aztec Student Union. You may have seen firsthand as it was happening, or for those of you who are returning to campus and thinking, where'd Aztec Center go? I think it's completely demolished if you haven't seen it. So the Aztec Student Union, located in the same location, is striving for platinum status in leadership in environmental and energy design. And this 200,000 square foot facility will be the crown jewel of our university. It'll be the campus living room, the meeting place to share and discuss new ideas, and a way to demonstrate the importance of sustainability in our everyday lives. The construction of the Aztec Student Union symbolizes the power of the student voice. Students wanted a new union that better served their needs. They voted for it, and today it's being built without the use of state funds. It is exciting to see the change that students can make here, leaving behind a lasting legacy on our campus and in our community. And it is with great pride and responsibility that I carry on this legacy with my exec team this year. This year will have its challenges, yet I know that we will continue to be there for students and faculty, all working towards a common goal and united vision. As a unified Aztec community, San Diego State University continues to be a leader in higher education, not just in California, not just in the United States, but across the world. So thank you very much. It is now my pleasure to introduce Provost Nancy Marlin, San Diego State University President, Alumni Association President Jeff Marston. Provost Marlin joined SDSU in 1998 as the university's chief academic officer. Under her outstanding leadership, SDSU has made great strides in many areas, including international collaboration, enrollment management, and striving to improve our academic excellence. Jeff Marston is President and Government Relations Director for Marston & Marston Incorporated. A 1977 political science graduate. We're going to go with 1997. 1997 political science graduate, Jeff has served San Diego State University in a variety of capacities, including chair of the Ambassadors for Higher Education. An avid and rabid Aztec fan, Jeff is currently the president of the Alumni Association. So please join me in welcoming Provost Nancy Marlin and Mr. Jeff Marston.
Thank you, Cody. One of the great joys of serving as provost is that I have the opportunity to see the work of faculty and staff throughout the entire university. San Diego State University has so many extraordinary faculty and staff doing significant and impressive teaching, research, and service, and I greatly value each of you and your vital contributions. Owing to the generous support of our Alumni Association, each year we have the privilege of honoring one of our extraordinary faculty from each college with the Alumni Association Award for Outstanding Faculty Contributions, more commonly and affectionately known as the Monty. I'm extremely proud to present to you this year's Monty recipients. From the College of Arts and Letters.
As the daughter of a Methodist minister, Dr. Rebecca Moore would seem to come naturally to the field of religious studies. However, her path to academia was somewhat indirect.
I did not start out in academia. I started out working in journalism and in public broadcasting.
Since then, she has distinguished herself as a scholar with a vast body of published articles, books, and diverse ongoing projects, such as the Binational Metropolitan Area Pluralism Project, the Moral Courage Initiative, and alternative considerations of Jonestown and the People's Temple.
In a perfect world, I probably wouldn't have studied that, but certainly personal reasons drove me to try and find out, what happened, why did it happen, and to connect with the survivors.
Additionally, Dr. Moore has demonstrated excellence as a teacher, garnering several outstanding faculty awards while actively engaged in service to the university and the San Diego community.
My philosophy of teaching has been to try to engage students in their own learning. When the students are really engaged, it's incredibly rewarding, and to be honest, it's pretty fun.
Rebecca Moore is an outstanding scholar in the study of contemporary religious movements and in early Christian as well as Jewish history. She has also contributed significantly in increasing public understanding on these subjects. She is a wonderful colleague, faculty, and administrator.
Dr. Rebecca Moore. From the College of Business Administration.
In a lifetime of achievement, Dr. Jim Beatty is perhaps most proud of having been selected 12 times to serve on the Board of Examiners for the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award.
I bring that back to the classroom. My students have opportunities to work in real case studies through the Baldrige process. They learn about the Baldrige program. They learn about quality. They learn about what companies have to do to be successful. They learn about what leads to good business results.
Dr. Beatty is actively involved with the June Burnett Institute for Family and Children.
I had the unique opportunities to work as a faculty fellow in the June Burnett Institute. There were 3 other faculty fellows in my group that also went on to win a Monty Award, and it gave us all a great deal of collegiality and understanding, and it resulted in a number of publications and good opportunities to work within the community.
Jim was named an ITS Tech Star in that program's inaugural year and is known for implementing many technology-related tools in the classroom.
My philosophy of teaching can be summarized in 5 different words. Those words begin with FACTS. That is fairness and accountability and credibility and transparency and being systematic in making all those pieces work together.
After 38 years at the College of Business, Dr. Jim Beatty has continued to submit outstanding research, leadership, create innovative learning environments, and provide mentoring for younger faculty members, including myself. Congratulations, Jim, and thank you.
Dr. Jim Beatty. From the College of Education.
One of Dr. Laura Hall's priorities in special education has been to increase the effective implementation of evidence-based practices.
Following a needs assessment, we developed a master's degree program with a specialization in autism here at SDSU, and it has now graduated over 100 master's degree candidates with knowledge and skills in working with students with autism.
Dr. Hall has established a robust program that graduates specialists with the necessary expertise to improve the quality of life for autistic individuals.
We know from research that it's important to provide both information and opportunity to practice new skills in the work environment, and the program here at SDSU provides both of these aspects.
Laura believes in the importance of obtaining a global perspective, drawing on her own postdoctoral work in Belgium and Australia.
For the past 8 years, I've been the International Programs Coordinator for the College of Education and helped to facilitate international experiences for faculty and students. And I know firsthand that these experiences changes your perspective on many aspects of life, and I think this is critically important.
Professor Laura Hall is an excellent researcher, teacher, collaborator, team player, and problem solver, and she is passionate about her work. She had a vision of placing SDSU on the map for autism spectrum disorders. She carried out her vision, and we now offer the coursework that leads to national board certification as a certified behavior analyst, as well as an MA and certificate. Congratulations, Laura.
Dr. Laura Hall. From the College of Engineering.
Since coming to SDSU, Dr. Ki Moon has made a difference. A tireless teacher and researcher, he is the author of more than 110 published technical papers and was, for 2 years, editor of the Proceedings for the Society of Photographic Instrumentation Engineers. He was recently awarded a joint 5-year, $20 million NSF grant to help create a device that will bridge the mind and body to help amputees and victims of paralysis. As lead inventor of the organic photovoltaic cell and light emitting diode, his team's technology has not only changed OLED technology, but has been patented and licensed for commercial development.
And the benefit of having that is we can make a brighter, cheaper organic LED. And more than that, it can be really flexible.
Through hard work and dedication, Dr. Moon has indeed made a difference.
I really like to do this. And I feel that in many cases, probably this is the only thing I can do well.
Dr. Ki Moon is a true asset to the College of Engineering. His research in smart sensors, his numerous patents, his leadership in the NSF Engineering Research Center proposal, and his demonstrated excellence in teaching make him a most deserving recipient of the Outstanding Faculty Award. Congratulations, Dr. Moon.
Dr. Ki Moon. From the College of Health and Human Services.
Dr. Karen Emery's research, combining spoken and visual language, resulted in the first psycholingual studies of sign language. Her initial interest in American Sign Language grew out of her studies in linguistics rather than a personal concern.
Usually people will have a story about, oh, you know, I had a deaf cousin or a deaf sister that got me into it, but it was really the science.
As director of the Laboratory for Language and Cognitive Neuroscience, Dr. Emery has developed an internationally distinguished research program.
The university has really been wonderful in providing resources for the research with lots of equipment and lots of postdocs and graduate students, so we have a really, really thriving, exciting lab.
The author of 4 books and more than 50 journal articles, she also continues to teach an undergraduate course about ASL and deaf culture.
I really enjoy bringing awareness of deaf culture and deaf people to students who've never thought about this before. Sign languages can give us really unique insight into the brain, into cognition, how language interacts with cognition, and into the structure of language.
Professor Karen Emery is one of the top linguistic researchers in the world, easily within the top 5 of her area of expertise. She was recently recognized for her contributions to science by her selection as a Fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Her research lab at SDSU, known as the tie between language and cognitive neuroscience, is widely recognized as one of the comprehensive sign language research centers in the world.
Dr. Karen Emery. From Library and Information Access.
As head of reference services at San Diego State University Library, Linda Salem is known for her dedication to providing access to the library's collections and her strong outreach to students and faculty.
I really believe in a strong collaboration between the College of Education and the Children's Literature Program and the Children's Center on campus in order to bring together people who all have a common interest in putting books in children's hands.
Linda is using emerging technologies to inspire a reference renaissance here at SDSU. Interaction is key. whether she consults by texting, email, or face-to-face. Above all, she loves introducing people to reading.
You know, the thing that inspires me the most is just getting picture books into children's hands and to just making sure I can be part of that process, that children learn to read, that adults learn to read, that literacy is a value, and that parents are reading with children, and that no matter what else is happening for them, that can be part of their lives.
The SDSU Library now has the personal library of Edward Gorey, an author and illustrator. Linda manages the curation of this collection for the library and presents at conferences about its value to researchers.
Up until now, Linda has been an unsung library champion. I'm pleased to see her receive the recognition she so greatly deserves. Constantly exploring innovative ways to enhance services, she epitomizes the scholar librarian with a strong user-centered focus. Linda models all the qualities of today's best librarians.
Ms. Linda Salem. From the College of Professional Studies and Fine Arts.
Dr. Kathy Lemaster's dedication to teaching has been acknowledged many times through the years. Her search for innovative ways to teach made her an early advocate for the use of technology in the instruction of physical education.
Initially, the physical education teachers saw technology as a barrier because they were all about movement. And if they were using technology, then they were sitting behind a computer.
Dr. Lemaster turns experiences into opportunities, whether it's helping to enhance the physical education curriculum at Hoover High School, experiencing the rigorous curriculum of ROTC, or bringing her technical expertise to a seminar in Abu Dhabi. She was one of the first professors to evaluate and embrace the Blackboard Learning Management System and its favorable impact on her students. But now, as an administrator, she evaluates technology on a much different level.
It's allowed me to think in a broader spectrum of how it can impact other faculty, programs. We've really been able to continue to implement different technologies that are valuable. So I think technology is here to stay. It's just whether or not we can run faster than the students.
Innovations in classroom technology set Kathy Lemaster apart from her peers. Since her appointment as Associate Dean, she has remained connected to her teaching and research. As Associate Dean, her involvement in policy development, budget, curriculum, and technology integration is transformational. She seeks excellence in all that she does.
Dr. Kathy Lemaster. From the College of Sciences.
A graduate of the UCSD-SDSU Joint Doctoral Program in Microbiology, Dr. Forrest Roa has become an internationally renowned expert on the precarious ecology of coral reefs and the pioneer of a new area of research on viral metagenomics.
Well, I have two main focuses. One is discovery of viruses both in the environment as well as in humans and so forth. And the second thing that I do is coral reef microbiology, which also includes viral discovery component, but also the microbes and how they change coral reefs.
He has received major awards from numerous international scientific societies and is widely published in academic journals. He is also the author of a popular and critically acclaimed trade book entitled Coral Reefs in the Microbial Sea. As an educator, he encourages his students to be equally innovative in their approach to learning.
What I strongly try to encourage is not remembering a whole bunch of stuff, but actually how do you get the students to really start to think about how they use all of this information that they've acquired?
Dr. Rower is not only an innovative scientist, but an outstanding research mentor for students at all levels and an exceptional classroom teacher. He encourages students to think critically and creatively and seamlessly integrates current discoveries into the classroom. He is truly deserving of this award. Congratulations.
Dr. Forrest Rower. Please join me once more in both thanking our Alumni Association and congratulating all of our recipients. And now we come to a very special moment in the history of San Diego State University. For the very first time at Convocation, I'm extremely honored to present the 8th President of San Diego State University, Dr. Elliot Hirschman.
Good morning. Can we do better? Good morning. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Provost Marlin, for that very kind introduction, but also for everything that you do and for all of the support you've given me in the transition period. I also want to thank Bill and Cody for their very inspiring remarks. I appreciate the partnership moving forward. In addition to congratulating all our honorees, I want to emphasize that the work we've heard about today is representative of everything that all of our faculty and staff are doing on campus. And I'd like to ask you to join me in applauding all of our faculty and staff. As I look out at the audience today, I'm stunned that I've only been here 2 months. I see so many friends and supporters, and I really want to thank everyone for welcoming me and Jerry to the community. I also want to acknowledge the staff who planned today's events. As you know, we have a little bit of construction going on about campus, and there was some scurrying, and so I'd ask you to join me in applauding everyone who helped make today's event work. I'm going to devote my remarks to sharing a few perspectives as a new member of this community, and then I'm going to focus on some of the very significant issues that we face. Before entering the search process, I had heard about the university's strong programs, excellent programs, but through the search process, I learned much more. And what stood out for me, and what I've talked with people on campus again and again, is the passion and pride that people feel at San Diego State University. You heard quite a bit of that in the presentations. In every area, in our educational programs, our diversity initiatives, our research and creative endeavors, our international efforts, community engagement, sustainability, we've made tremendous progress. These achievements reflect the efforts under very difficult circumstances of all of the members of this community. And after being here for 2 months, I'm very pleased to have seen that impression of our strength confirmed and reaffirmed. And on every day, I see the good work that everyone on this campus is doing. And my sole goal and purpose as president is to support you in this work, help us overcome our current challenges, and build the foundation for our future success. Of course, we do face significant challenges, and I want to turn to the budget situation. When we left for the summer, we were in the middle of the budget process, which I understand is normal here, but would be unusual at other places. At the time, there was a $500 million reduction to the CSU, a 10% increase in tuition with appropriate provisions for financial aid, and the shared governance process had prepared for a $35 million expenditure reduction. In mid-June, the governor and the legislature made an additional $150 million cut to the CSU, bringing the total to $650 million with a provision for an additional $100 million cut during the year. In response to this, the CSU trustees increased tuition by an additional 12%, again with appropriate provisions for financial aid for needy students. The end result of all this was an additional $2 million reduction in our expenditure budget. Our Budget Advisory Committee has convened as part of our shared governance process, determined an appropriate response to the reduction, and I have adopted their recommendation. Each division has made plans to accommodate the reduction while doing everything possible to protect our core mission. Like prior reductions we've experienced, these reductions will have impact. Most pointedly, departing faculty and staff members may not be replaced. This will and has affected class sizes, class offerings, and the services we can offer. It's also meant the use of temporary positions and one-time funds to support these positions. I've asked each vice president to carefully document these impacts, a point to which I'll return in a minute. Considering the budget reductions and the impacts raises a number of important points I want to share with you. First, we have to acknowledge the efforts of our community and our shared governance process in mitigating the impacts of the reductions. The specific point I'd emphasize is we conserved $25 million from the prior year, and these reserves have allowed us to mitigate some of the effects on our departments. Second, and critically, we've reaffirmed our commitment to excellence and access when it is most necessary. We've allocated an additional $8 million in financial aid to ensure that students whose family income is $70,000 or less will not pay additional tuition with the tuition increases. Third, and I'm going to ask you a question, or I'm going to ask you to show me something. Please raise your hand if you have contacted your assemblyman or representative to express how you feel about the reductions we have had this year. Thank you for contacting them. I would ask everybody to seriously consider that if our representatives don't hear from us, they will think that what is going on is acceptable to us. So please, I'd ask you to consider that. We have to acknowledge that there is a critical relation between reductions in appropriation and substantial tuition increases. Public universities must have public support to succeed, and we have to stop future reductions to keep tuition low. The time for advocacy is when the legislature considers its actions. Any discussions that occur after the legislature makes a cut is really a question about how we share the pain amongst ourselves. And I hope you'll keep that in mind as we go through this year. Fourth, and this is in addition to our work with the legislature, we must have an integrated financial strategy moving forward. We must focus on multiple revenue streams and costs where appropriate. This approach, more than anything else we do, will allow us to control our own destiny moving forward. These approaches on both the revenue and cost side must, of course, reflect views from our community and our shared governance process. Last, and a point I mentioned earlier, we have to carefully document the impacts of the current reductions. By having a clear picture of what's happening with factors like class sizes, the services that we offer, we can identify investments that will allow us to address and mitigate our challenges moving forward. Now, one important aspect of increasing revenues is private philanthropy, and I want to give you an update on our capital campaign. We're currently in the silent phase of the campaign, but we're going to be getting quite a bit louder very, very soon. To date, we've raised over $250 million. These funds will be supporting professorships, scholarships, research grants, professional development for faculty and staff, and many, many other aspects of our core mission. We will be beginning the public phase of the campaign in September with a goal of raising a total of $500 million to support our students, faculty, and staff. These funds are necessary to support the vision of inclusive excellence we have on this campus, the view that all students, regardless of background or station, can achieve excellence. The support is for students from diverse backgrounds, for students who face financial challenges, for students with special academic, artistic, and athletic gifts, for students who are veterans, and for students who, like our guardian scholars, have faced the enormous challenge of losing their parents. In short, the support is for students who will be future leaders in our society. Equally important, the support is for our faculty and staff members, for the faculty and staff members who are educating the next generation, who are conducting groundbreaking scientific research, who are addressing pressing social problems, who are advancing the arts and humanities, who are building partnerships with the community, with not-for-profit, and with industry. In summary, the support is for faculty members and staff who are carrying out our core mission. Here's an essential point I'd like to make to you about the campaign. We can't raise the $500 million without your help. We need every member of the university to be engaged in supporting the campaign, and we're grateful for everything that you have done so far and for everything you will do to support the campaign. In thinking about how to close my remarks, I thought back to the passion and pride of this university. The core of our passion and pride is that we're about leadership, about educating the next generation of leaders, about leading in research and creative endeavors, about leading in community engagement. This is why we offer a comprehensive set of student support services, why we've produced the largest increases in graduation rates in the country, why we're one of the most diverse universities in the country, why we're national leaders in international programs, why our research and creative endeavors receive national recognition, why our graduate programs are amongst the most productive in the nation, and why we impact San Diego at every level in every way. To put it in the most straightforward way, San Diego State University is a leading national research university, and it is entirely due to your efforts and accomplishments. As we begin a new year, no one can predict the short-term fluctuations of the market. What I can say with complete certainty is that as in each of the past 114 years, the work we do together this year will advance our core missions of education, research and service, and lay the foundation for our future success. Thank you for everything you do for the university. I look forward to a great year and to meeting each and every one of you. I'm honored to be your president. Thank you.
Thank you, President Hirschman. We realize we covered a lot of ground in our presentation this morning. The President's remarks will be available for viewing shortly on the SDSU homepage at sdsu.edu. A sincere thank you to our guests for sharing this morning with us. As you leave Viejas Arena, we hope you will stop to meet and greet one another in the L lot, which is directly adjacent here out these doors, to enjoy some light refreshments. Best wishes for a great year.